So today we are going to discuss about discovery of the subatomic particles. And first of all, I am going to discuss about discovery of the electrons or cathode rays. Discovery of electrons or cathode rays. Cathode rays are also known as stream of electrons. Cathode rays are also known as stream of electrons. And when a gas is discharged in a gas discharge tube, at very low pressure is 10 is to power minus 4 atmosphere, and very high voltage, at very high voltage is 10 to power 4 volt or 10,000 volt, then cathode rays are produced. Now in objective questions may be there, if pressure was kept 1 atmosphere, then what had happened? At 1 atmosphere, the current didn't pass through the cathode, the gas. Didn't pass through the gas. And when pressure is reduced to 10 to power minus 2 atmosphere, then current pass with green color light. Color pass through green with a green color light. These questions may be asked. There are 3 objective questions. First one, how cathode rays are produced? Cathode rays can be produced by discharge of a gas at very low pressure. Value pressure can be 10 to power minus 4 atmosphere, and very high voltage value can be 10 to power 4 volt. Then cathode rays are produced. Now we have to discuss about their properties of cathode rays. Properties of cathode rays. The first property is they travel in straight line. Cathode rays travel in straight line, and we can prove it by putting an opaque object in path of the cathode rays, due to which its shadow is created. When we put an opaque object in path of cathode rays, shadow is created, which proves that they travel in straight line. Second property is they consist material particle and travel with high velocity. They consist material particle, and that material particle is electron, and travel with high velocity. It can be proved by putting a pedal wheel in path of the cathode rays, and when cathode rays strike on the wings, the pedal wheels start rotating, which proves that they consist a material particle and they are having high speed or high velocity. Third point, they have negative charge on them. And it can be proved by passing the cathode rays through the electric field, due to which they get deflected towards positive plate. Hence it is proved that they are having a negative charge on them. Fourth point, they can ionize the gas through which they pass. Next, they can produce heating effect. they can produce heating effect. As they strike on the metal surface, that surface become hot. So it is shown that they are showing a heating effect. Next, they strike on metal crystal. They strike on metal crystal to produce X-rays. To produce X-rays. X-rays were being produced by William Röntgen, first of all by striking cathode rays on metal crystal. Next, they originally start from cathode. They originally start from cathode. Originally start from cathode. Next, their charge by mass ratio. Their charge by mass ratio, the value is 1.76 into 10 is to power 8 coulomb per gram. Does not depend on nature of the gas. Does not depend on nature of the gas. Which proves that electron is a universal particle. Which proves that electron is a universal particle. Now we have to discuss about other kind of rays, and those rays are known as anode rays, canal rays, or positive rays. Anode rays, canal rays, or positive rays, or discovery of proton, or discovery of proton. When we use perforated cathode means a cathode having holes in it. Other kind of rays are observed on back side of cathode, and which are known as anode rays or canal rays or positive rays. Once again I am explaining. When we use perforated cathode in gas discharge tube, other kind of rays are observed on back side of the cathode, and those rays are known as anode rays, canal rays, or positive rays, which leads to discovery of proton. Now I am going to explain their properties. First one is same. They also travel in straight line. They also travel in straight line. Same phenomena can be done. When an opaque object is put in their path, its shadow is created, which proves that they are traveling in straight line. Next, they consist material particle. They consist material particle, and that material particle is proton, and travel with high velocity. Travel with high velocity. Travel with high velocity. And it can also be proved by same way. When we put a pedal wheel in path of the anode rays, it starts rotating when cathode rays strike on its wings, which proves that it is consisting material particle and travel with high velocity. Third, they have positive charge on them. They have positive charge on them, and it can be proved by passing them through the electromagnetic field. They will get deflected towards negative plate, hence they are having positive charge on them. Next point is same. They also produce heating effect. They also produce heating effect. They can also strike on metal crystal to make it hot. Next, they cannot produce X-rays. They cannot produce X-rays by striking on metal crystal. X-rays can be produced by cathode rays only. Next, they don't start from anode originally. They don't start from anode originally. They don't start from anode originally, as these are produced by ionization of gas by the cathode rays. As these are produced by ionization of gas by cathode rays. And the last, their charge by mass ratio depends on nature of the gas. depends on nature of the gas. And for hydrogen gas, its value is 9.1 into 10 to the power 4 coulomb per gram. Now, before discovery of neutron, a more important discovery was being made by Henry Becquerel. Before discovery of neutrons, a more important discovery was being made by Henry Becquerel, and that discovery was radioactivity. That discovery was radioactivity. First of all, we have to know what do you mean by radioactivity. What do you mean by radioactivity? Radioactivity means emission of radiations or spontaneous emission of radiations from a substance that is known as radioactivity. The spontaneous emission of radiations from a substance is known as radioactivity, and that substance is known as radioactive. That substance is known as radioactive. While stability of a nucleus will depend on neutron by proton ratio. If its value is 1 to 1.2, then nucleus will be stable, and if value is less than or greater than 1 and 1.2, then that nucleus will be unstable or radioactive. In nuclear chemistry we will discuss. Now, the radioactivity can be of two types. Radioactivity can be of two types. The first one is natural radioactivity. Natural radioactivity. Natural radioactivity was being discovered by Henry Becquerel. Natural radioactivity was being discovered by Henry Becquerel. Hence, Henry Becquerel is known as father of radioactivity. Henry Becquerel is known as father of radioactivity. And he has discovered the element uranium. He has discovered the element uranium. Now, artificial radioactivity. Artificial radioactivity. As we know, elements up to 92 are natural. After that, all elements are artificial and they are being prepared by transmutation. And this radioactivity was being discovered by Madame Curie and Marie Curie. Madame Curie and Marie Curie. And they discovered element thorium, polonium and radium. They discovered three elements: thorium, polonium and radium. Madame Curie belongs to Poland, that's why polonium word is taken. Polonium is the strongest poison of periodic table. It is the strongest poison. And radium is the most radioactive element of periodic table. Most radioactive element of periodic table. Now we have to discuss about type of radioactive radiations or rays. Generally, three types of radiations or rays are emitted by a radioactive particle. Three types of radiations are being emitted by a radioactive particle, and those three are alpha, beta and gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma. Alpha particle has a positive charge on it. Beta particle has a negative charge on it. And gamma particle has no charge. Alpha has positive charge, beta has negative charge, gamma has no charge. Now, unit, the amount of charge for alpha particle is 2 units and mass is 4 units. So, a alpha particle is equivalent to helium nucleus. Alpha particle is equivalent to helium nucleus. For beta particle, the charge is -1 unit, but mass is 0. So a beta particle is electron is equal to electron. Beta particle is equal to electron. While for gamma particle, mass number and charge both are 0. So they are only energy particle. They are only energy particle. Now, their velocity. Alpha particle travel with velocity less than velocity of light. Alpha particle travel with a velocity less than velocity of light. And velocity of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Beta particle travel with approximately almost equal to velocity of light. Almost equal to velocity of light. While the gamma particles travel with velocity of light. Gamma particles travel with velocity of light, depending on mass and size. Alpha less than velocity of light, beta almost equal to velocity of light, but gamma travel with exactly velocity of light. Now, ionization power. The ionization power of alpha, beta and gamma will be in order. Gamma least, has no charge on it. More than that will be beta, and more than that will be gamma. And order will be 1:100 to 10 to the power 4. Next is penetration power. Penetration power. And order of penetration power will be reverse of that. Alpha is least, then beta, then gamma. Order will be same 1:100 to 10 to the power 4. Ionization power, gamma least, alpha most. Penetration power, alpha least, gamma most. Now we have to discuss about the Soddy's displacement law. Soddy's group displacement law. Soddy's group displacement law. Very important one for objectives. Soddy's group displacement law. As from the discussion of properties of the alpha, beta and gamma, when alpha particle is removed, atomic number decreases by 2, and mass number decreases by 4. Atomic number decreases by 2 and mass number decreases by 4. Hence, the daughter element lies two places left of parent element in periodic table. Left of parent element in periodic table. Atomic number decreases by 2, mass number decreases by 4. Hence, the daughter element lies two places left of parent element in periodic table. And due to removal of alpha particle, isodifer is formed. Now, when beta particle is removed, then atomic number increases by 1. But mass number remains same. atomic number increases by 1, mass number remains same. So the daughter element lies one place right of parent element in periodic table. One place right hand side of parent element in periodic table. Parent element in periodic table. And the last, if gamma particle is removed, then both atomic number and mass number remain same. Both atomic number and mass number remain same. Only energy should be released. Only energy should be released. Only energy should be released. So the parent element and daughter element lies at same place. Parent element and daughter element lies at same place. This is known as Soddy's group displacement law. Generally, questions may be there in your objective exams regarding this. Now, we have to discuss about a more important topic, and that is radioactivity series. Radioactivity series. Generally, there are 4 types of radioactivity series in our syllabus. There are 4 radioactivity series in our syllabus. The first one is thorium series. And that is also known as 4N series. 4N series. Because here the atomic mass of both parent element and daughter element are exactly divisible by 4. And this series starts with thorium, atomic number 90, mass number 232, changes into lead 82 into 208. Both daughter element and parent element has mass number divisible by 4. Next one is, after thorium, next series is neptunium series. Neptunium series, and that is also known as 4N plus 1 series. 4N plus 1 series, because here the mass number of both parent element and daughter element on division give remainder 1, and it start with neptunium, atomic number 93, 231, sorry, 237, and changes into bismuth, atomic number 83, 209. Next series is uranium series. It starts with, or it is also known as 4N plus 2 series. Uranium series or 4N plus 2 series, because here the mass number of both parent element and daughter element on division give remainder 2, and it starts with uranium 238 and finishes with lead 206. Start with uranium 238 and finishes with lead 208. And the last one is actinium series. Name is actinium, but it is also known as 4N plus 3 series, and it starts with uranium 235. It starts with uranium 235 and changes into lead 207. Questions may be there in this regard. Name the reactivity series. Which series is known as 4N? 4N series is also known as thorium series. It starts with thorium 232 and changes into lead 208. Next one is neptunium series or 4N plus 1 series. Because mass number of both parent and daughter element on division give remainder 1. It starts with neptunium 237, changes into bismuth 209. Uranium series or 4N plus 2 series start with uranium 238, changes into lead 206. Last one is actinium series. Name is actinium, but it starts with uranium actually. Uranium 235 changes into lead 207. Now we can find out number of alpha and beta particle emitted during these series. Number of alpha and beta particle emitted during these series. For that we can use the general formula. Number of alpha particles emitted. Number of alpha particle emitted will be equal to change in mass number by 4. Change in mass number by 4. While for beta particles, we can apply formula 2 into number of alpha particle emitted minus number of beta particle emitted is equal to change in atomic number. Change in atomic number. These two formulas can be used. For first series, number of alpha particle will be equal to change in mass number, that is 24 over 4. So alpha comes out to be 6. Now we have to find out beta. Beta will be equal to 2 into number of alpha particle 6 minus beta, that is equal to 8. So beta particle comes out to be 4. Beta particle alpha should be 6, beta should be 4. For second series, here see, number of alpha will be equal to 32 by 4, that comes out to be 8. Sorry, 28 changes there. So number of alpha will be 7 and beta particle will be 2 into 7 minus beta, that is equal to 10. So beta particle comes out to be 4. For second series, alpha 7, beta 4. For third series, number of alpha will be equal to 32 by 4 and that comes out to be 8. Number of beta will be 2 into 8 minus beta, that is equal to 10. So beta comes out to be 6. Alpha 8, beta 6. And the last case, number of alpha particle will be equal to 28 by 4, that comes out to be 7. So 2 into 7 minus beta, that is equal to 10. So beta comes out to be 4. For first series, number of alpha 6, beta 4. Second series, alpha 7, beta 4. Third series, alpha 8, beta 6. Fourth series, alpha 7, beta 4. I hope you understand these 4 series and how can we find out number of alpha and beta particle emitted. Now one more thing is there. Keep it in mind, the nuclear disintegration. The nuclear disintegration will follow the first order kinetics. Next year in chemical kinetics chapter we will discuss. Here I am giving the equation. The differential form of equation will be minus dN over dt, that is equal to lambda into n. In this here you have to just remember this equation. This is the differential form of this equation and graph might be plotted like this. On ordinate minus dN over dt. On abscissa I have to take concentration of n. Then it will be straight line passing through origin. Next will be its integrated form, and integrated form will be lambda is equal to 2.303 over t log of n naught by n, and that might be a straight line, can be plotted like this: log n versus t. We will get a straight line passing through straight line with negative slope, and slope of that line will be equal to minus lambda over 2.303, and intercept will be log of n naught. Next will be exponential form. Exponential form, and exponential form will be n is equal to n naught into exponential raised to power minus lambda t, and the last will be the half-life time. Half-life time for nuclear disintegration will be 0.693 over lambda, which is independent of initial concentration, and the last will be the average life. Average life of radioactive substance will be 1 by lambda. These all terms are going to be discussed in 12th in chemical kinetics chapter. No objective questions may be there. Now, after discovery of radioactivity, we come to know there is a neutral particle in the atom also, and James Chadwick discovered that neutral particle, and that neutral particle was neutron. That neutral particle was neutron, and neutron was being discovered by James Chadwick by transmutation of beryllium and boron with alpha particle. Beryllium and boron with an alpha particle. In this reaction, beryllium, atomic number 9, is bombarded with alpha particle, helium nucleus, to give carbon and neutron. Carbon and neutron. Next, boron, 11 atomic number, is bombarded with helium or alpha particle to get nitrogen and a neutron. So, all these three fundamental the subatomic particle has been discovered. Keep it in mind, neutron is not known as a fundamental particle. Neutron is not known as a fundamental particle because it is not found in the nucleus of hydrogen. It is not found in the nucleus of hydrogen. Now I am discussing about their physical properties. For that we have to make a table. In first column we have to write down the physical property. In next column I have to write down for proton. In next for electron, and next for neutron. And the first property is charge. As we know, proton has a positive charge, electron has a negative charge, neutron has no charge. Now we have to discuss about its value. For a proton, charge is 1 unit and value is 1.606 into 10 to power minus 19 coulomb, and ESU 4.8 into 10 to power minus 10 ESU. Full form is electrostatic unit. For electron, value is same but direction change, 1.6 into 10 to power minus 19 coulomb or minus 4.8 into 10 to power minus 10 ESU. For neutron it will be 0. Next is mass. Mass of proton is approximately equal to mass of hydrogen atom, and that is 1.008 AMU. 1.008 AMU. In grams it will be 1.66 into 10 to power minus 24 gram, and in kilogram 1.66 into 10 to power minus 27 kilogram. For electron, mass will be 1 upon 1837 times mass of hydrogen atom. 1 upon 1837 times mass of hydrogen atom, and in AMU that will be 5.5 into 10 h to power minus 4 AMU. In grams, 9.1 into 10 h to power minus 28 gram, and in kilogram it will be 9.1 into 10 h to power minus 31 kilogram. Mass of neutron is approximately equal to mass of proton, but neutron is slightly heavier than proton. Neutron is slightly heavier than proton, and its value is approximately 1.66 into 10 h to power minus 24 gram, and in kilogram 1.66 into 10 h to power minus 27 kilogram. Now, their charge by mass ratio. For proton, value is 9.1 into 10 h to power 4 coulomb per gram. For electron, it is 1.76 into 10 h to power 18 coulomb per gram, and for neutron it will be 0 as it has no charge. Now their position. Proton exists in the nucleus. Electron, extranuclear part, and neutron in nucleus. One more term we are going to discuss: relationship between mass defect and energy. According to Einstein mass energy equivalence, we know E is equal to mc square, where E is the energy, m is the mass, c is the velocity of light, and mass defect will be equal to theoretical value of mass of nucleons minus practical value of mass of nucleons. That is known as mass defect. Numericals will be there, and if mass defect is 1 AMU, then energy comes out to be 931.6 mega electron volt. I hope you understand the things. Tomorrow we will discuss about various atomic model, and the topic I have discussed that is very important for your further chapters as well as your 12th board as well as for your competitive exam. I hope you understand. Now you have to do the assignment of first chapter, ask me the problem, and prepare for your test on 4th of May. Thank you.